just coming down here, we had Hagia Sophia to our left, right, and Lumos to our left. That point in the city is known as the best of the two worlds, because from one point you look at two different monuments which are 1,000 years apart to begin with. One is 6th century, one is early 17th, and one was a church, one a mosque. One is East Roman Empire, one is Ottoman Empire, so it's two completely different empires and cultures and religions, and they have their best facing each other across the same square. And over to the right behind us, this corner, is the tomb of the Sultan who had Blue Mosque built. You remember from yesterday, the Italian mosques were a bigger complex, and the tomb of the Sultan was part of that complex. And Islam accepts only burial. That's the only accepted way to the religion. And therefore bodies are buried in cemeteries with just simple gravestones. But in the case of a sultan, the body is still buried underground, but they had this huge tomb building to go over the graves. And inside the buildings, it's just empty symbolic coffins that they have. And they build a tomb for a sultan, but then the whole family could be buried within the same spot, within the same grounds. And where we are standing is one end of the hippodrome, where the Romans held their chariot races. There's not much left of it, so you just have to remember Ben-Hur and just use your imagination a bit to visualize what this would be like. It's this rectangular space. Instead of all the buildings like Blue Mosque or the ones just across the square, they had the seats at the hippodrome. They are talking about 40 rows of seats that went on 3 sides of this rectangular area. And they're again talking about capacity that could go up to like 100,000 if you just squeeze them well. And at this end of the hippodrome, it was a series of arches. The one in the middle was like a monumental arch, and then the other 6 on either side of the monumental arch were the boxes where the chariots actually did get their start. And over that middle monumental arch, they had 4 bronze horses that you need to go to Venice to see at this point, because they are the very same horses in St. Mark's.
Oh.
The originals are inside and the copies are over the entrance of St. Mark's. And the way they ended up there is due to the Crusaders, among many other people who've been through here in history. We also count the Crusaders. And in 1204, it was the 4th Crusade that stopped in Constantinople. And as the story goes, they were invited by a dethroned emperor to come and help him to regain his throne. So they arrived to Constantinople and got this emperor back on the throne, just to find out that the one they dethroned took the treasury with him as he was running away. So they didn't have any loot to share, and instead they sacked the city. And they ended up ruling the city for 60 years, almost 60 years. So from 1204 to 1261, it was a Latin rule, or the just coming in with the Crusaders over here in Constantinople. The emperors went to Nicaea, Iznik, the power production place, and it was only after 60 years that they were able to really come back to power. So a lot of items, like the liturgical items within the church, the bronze horses here, and many other pieces just ended up being taken by the Crusaders. And that's 1204 episode.